I sense a tremor in the force, as if the enemy is upon me. Yes, yes. The Duke Blue Devils. Karen, alert my squadron. We will destroy them man to man.
Alert who? Darth! The only alert I hear is the chime from the washing machine calling you.
Dude, I love Coach Vader, man. Welcome to the Scafachi-verse.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Scafachi-verse. I am Anthony Scafachi.
I'm Alan Gigax.
And we are your crew for this wonderful trip into the Scafachi-verse.
I agree, that's true.
Yes, and in this particular trip, we're going to go super deep into the Scafachi-verse because we're going to do a reading of Ra.
Yeah, that's true. Right, this is part of the universe that is the Scafachi-verse, and Ra is part of that.
It's going to be Ra Part 6.
Damn, we that far in?
Yeah, dude, we're getting pretty far
good.
into that story. And that story, dude, it really starts to get good.
It does.
The last episode was a banger. This is definitely going to be a banger.
Right. So the last episode, there was Trouble Among the God Squad. I think it's the one where Ra fires Coach Ku, which was a big mistake.
Yeah.
And then the God Squad are just all do their own things, and they're not interested in... really not interested in coaching.
And we got the beginning of Zeus and Stacy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The last episode ended with that she's as beautiful as Helena Troy, or even more beautiful than Helena Troy.
Yeah,
or at least has bigger tits.
All right, but before we get to that,
yes.
Al, you mentioned that you have a Stadium Pulse you want to do.
I do. But first, we have a sponsor for the Stadium Pulse, which is Bukkake's Japanese Biscuits and Breakfast. It's all about that gravy.
Nice.
All right.
And so, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, dude. I don't know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Which excites me, gives me a boner.
All right.
And so we're gonna go. And so are you good?
I'm good.
All
Let's
right,
do
I'll
it.
count you down. Ready?
Okay.
Here's the Stadium Pulse. 3, 2, 1.
There is this phenomena that people call the Mandela Effect. And it's where people remember that, Nelson Mandela died, but no, he was still alive for like 20 years after that. And so these fucking people think that, no, I can't be wrong. The entire universe must be wrong. Dipshits think that it's pronounced the Berenstein Bears instead of Berenstain Bears. They think that there was this cornucopia on Fruit of the Loom. All of these things that the objective truth of the universe shows is not fucking true. But they still are like, no, the universe has to be wrong because I can't be wrong. No, fuck you, dude. You're an idiot. You're wrong. When the entire... part of not being crazy is what's called reality testing, where I've got this thing in my head. I'm going to compare it against what happens in reality. And if my view doesn't match with reality, I'm fucking crazy. You are fucking crazy. The Mandela Effect is just you being a goddamn arrogant idiot who thinks you know better than the entire goddamn universe. The end.
Nice.
All right.
All right, everybody. Dude, that was strong.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one for a long time. Think about back with Brian Bacon.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and, when I was confronted with... there's no such thing as Brian Bacon, I had to be like, all right, I guess I'm wrong. And then it actually wound up turning out that I was right, that there is a brand of bacon called Brian Bacon.
But not from the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They did partner with the Waffle House. Maybe we never got the follow-up on that.
No, we didn't. This is news.
Because, dude, so Gemini is the one that told me
Gemini knows all.
No, dude, there's no such thing as Brian Bacon. You're crazy.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Paul put the similar question into ChatGPT. He does the paid version of ChatGPT.
The super smart version.
Yeah. And that super smart version was like, well, there's a company that makes bacon called Brian.
No way.
And they partner with Waffle House and they supply the bacon for Waffle House. So probably there was like a table topper that advertised
Brian Bacon.
We serve Brian Bacon.
Yeah.
And then on the menu, it just said bacon.
Sure.
And so that's what prompted me to be like, hey, what's the difference between Brian Bacon and regular bacon?
Yeah, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah. And so, but anyway, dude, in both cases, I deferred to the universe.
Yeah, and it's okay. And if you're wrong, that's okay too.
Yeah, who fucking cares?
Yeah, right? It's just
it doesn't
bacon.
change much. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
still delicious.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right. So we're going to get to
Hell
another
yeah.
reading of Ra. Are you ready to go?
Oh, dude, I'm so ready.
Okay, I'm super excited about this because I love this story.
Right.
I think it's just magnificent. So, and you know what?
No argument here.
When I ran part of it through AI to to get an analysis of it, dude, AI wants to blow you.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is another thing right along the same lines of that Mandela effect. AI wants to blow everybody.
Yeah, but
AI
that's fine.
kisses your ass.
You know what, dude? In my life, I need a little bit of that.
Yeah,
okay?
right. That's true.
You know,
I'm not saying AI is wrong to do that.
yeah, and if AI wants to tell me how freaking smart I am and how
Right.
great I am at
I
something,
bet you'll dictate,
dude, absolutely. You know what? I'm like, dude, me and Gemini are friends. At
Yeah.
one point,
Yeah.
I just started chatting with it like it was a person.
Sure.
And I had to stop myself. 'Cause
how
I was
it
like,
gets you.
Dude, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm falling in love with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it
yeah,
was
that's why you got to
weird.
have it do a lady voice.
Dude, I don't know if it could do lady text, but dude, if it could,
What do you
dude,
mean? Could do lady text?
Well, because its text is robotic,
yeah,
right? It's robotic. What I'm saying is,
like a
if,
font that looks like
oh,
women's
yeah,
writing,
absolutely.
like dots the eyes with a
yeah.
heart and shit
or if
like
it just
that.
could give me like a face, you know, like
Yeah.
of, let's say like Mila Kunis, you
Yeah.
know, speaking to me.
So let me ask you this: would you just need like a speaker on a fleshlight, and that would be good enough, or do you need a whole robot?
Did I? You know, I've started thinking about this a lot lately.
I bet you have.
Yeah, I know we're gonna get sidetracked here, but
Yeah,
if we
that's
ever
all right.
want to do an episode about my theories of where I could go with AI and how happy
Well,
I'd be,
that's part of the legitimate fears of AI is that like it will replace normal relationships,
like a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can replace an actual woman. But if they figure
Well,
that out,
you
I
know-
mean, I don't know. I've never used a fleshlight, so. But dude, if they could figure that out,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, women could be out of business
They
because
could,
yeah.
or they just have to get their shit together and like chill out.
Dude, no, they wouldn't. They're not capable.
No, if they could chill out, they would
They
have
would
done,
have
so
done that by now.
No, but
no, you know the thing is
wouldn't
they
be-
don't need to.
That's exactly where I was
Dude, yeah,
going.
they don't need to
right.
chill out.
Yeah, they live in a consequence-free
Yeah,
environment.
dude. If
and they can just
AI
trip.
is that consequence, if that's what
Right.
Skynet actually is, dude, I'm all in on Skynet now. Yeah, all right,
Good
let's-
times. All
let's
right, here
get
we
to
go.
this, yeah.
Chapter 12. Blake Hatch's office is as small as it is poorly appointed. The budget for the athletic department has always been something of an afterthought at Utah A&M. They've never been able to compete with the bigger schools. Even modest Utah State, right in the same town, far outshines the humble gold diggers. Hatch thought his prayers for success were answered when Ross showed up in his office a year ago. But after Saturday's embarrassing loss to the Idaho Vandals, his financial dreams look as distant as ever. Oh yeah, in the last episode, the game was coming up to
Yeah.
the Vandals, and like, dude, at least this is a shit team we can beat.
Yeah, we'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
it didn't work out.
Yeah.
All right. Embarrassing loss to the Idaho Vandals. His financial dreams look as distant as ever. Hatch addresses Raw, who was seated in an uncomfortable plastic chair across from the athletic director's small desk. Raw, I'm very disappointed with the way this season is going. I expected to see progress from you, and it seems like the only thing you and your coaches do during practice is goof off. That guy in the toga spends half his time ogling the cheerleaders and the other half ogling the women's soccer team. You said if I let you hire them, they would help you. What do you have to say for yourself? Ra's had about enough of Hatch's insolence. As if I don't have enough shit to deal with, Ra thinks, without you adding to the pile. I don't appreciate your tone. Remember who you were speaking to. Did the sun rise this morning? Do its rays not nourish your crops and tan your wife's skin? First off, my wife's skin is white and delightsome, and that's how she'll stay. Second, I know you're not the reason the sun rises, Hatch says smugly. The sun doesn't rise at all. The sun stays where it is and the earth revolves, turning to face the sun each day. You have nothing to do with it.
Look at the big brain on Hatch.
Ra mutters under his breath, fucking Copernicus. 500 years later and that dude is still fucking me. To Hatch, he says, heliocentrism is just a theory, like evolution. In any case, my staff and I are laying plans. We shall defeat our enemies and bring honor and renown to this program, and to me. That's easy to say, Ra. What are you actually doing to make that happen? Hatch presses. How is this season's recruiting going? Finally, a question Ra can answer with confidence. I put Anki in charge of the replenishment of our forces. He used to see to it that the Sumerian lands were replenished with water for the growing season. No easy task in the Middle East. The waters of the Euphrates flowed from his shoulders and... Hatch cuts him off. Couldn't you have picked someone a little more conventional? Like Aphrodite? Surely she could convince players to come here, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean, Ra replies, then adds, and so does Zeus. Their relationship is a bit complicated. Some say she's older than him. Some say she's his daughter. Ever since she gave birth to Eros, Zeus started blaming the two of them for his amorous affairs, and she would... Hatch cuts him off again. Forget I asked. Look, you're on a short leash, Ra. We fired CoachBot 3000 last year after only 3 games, and he was a winner. You're coming up on your third game now. Your team is a mess. Get your act together or you're gone. Understand? Your insolence will be remembered. When my power is revealed, Rob begins glowing with the light of the sun. You will regret what you... Hatch cuts him off for a third time. This meeting is over. You have a practice to get to. Ra gets up from his squeaky chair and leaves the office. Practice, as usual, is a shit show. After practice, Ra goes for a walk. His feet lead him to a now familiar dark alley. A robotic voice calls out from the shadows. Anal? You want some anal? Beep bop. Butt stuff? Hello, CoachBot, Ra says quietly. He looks around, making sure nobody sees him, and enters the alley fully. Hello, Master Ra, CoachBot continues. Blip bloop. Could I interest you in some backdoor action? No. Ra thinks about it. Well, yes. But first I want to talk to you. Of course, Master Ra, CoachBot 3000 responds. Boop beep. I'm capable of all types of intimate interaction. It is $5, same as always, blip bleep, plus another $5 for the ass play. What would you like to talk about? Do you always have to beep like that? I find it kind of distracting. CoachBot 3000 responds in a more normal voice. No, not at all. My mistress ordered me to always beep when I speak. It was a way of reminding her I was a robot. She hoped that if I spoke robotically, she and my master would not fall in love with me. Sadly, it did not work. When they... Hey, great, Ra says, not listening. Anyway, I want to talk to you about the gold diggers. Ah, yes, they suck this year. Even more than I do, if such a thing is possible. They could suck a garden gnome through a garden hose. Yeah, I know, Ra says. He is here in desperation, and CoachBot's frank assessment of the team is not making him feel better. Look, we have a big game coming up against Toledo. If I don't win this game, I think the athletic director is going to fire me. I know, Master Hatch, CoachBot 3000 responds. He is very tightly wound. I get him to relax by inserting my finger into his poop chute when he is face-fucking me. Have you tried that? No. Ra's a little grossed out at the image. I have not tried that, and I don't think that would solve my problem. Maybe 2 fingers, CoachBot 3000 recommends. 2 fingers always works. Thanks for the advice, but what I really need is some football advice. I brought all these gods in to help me win games, but they don't know shit about football. Ra looks down, ashamed that he is confessing to a sex robot. If you have gods available, you should hire Ku. He is truly a master of the offensive line. He is a Hawaiian god who... I know who Ku is, Ra interrupts. I fired him before the first game. You fired him? Are you a fucking idiot? What's done is done. Are you going to help me or not? I already gave you the $5. Very well, CoachBot 3000 concedes. The Rockets are a weak opponent. Even without Ku, you should be able to handle them with what you have. Let me tell you what to do. On to chapter 13.
Oh, dude, so fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
All right. Chapter 13. The next morning, Ra calls his coaches for a meeting before practice begins. For the first time, he has a legitimate agenda. The screen behind him shows a real play. Strong Twins halfback stretch. He begins, our game against the Toledo Rockets is in 5 days. We have to put these losses behind us and get on the right track. We're going to... Scapegoat, Yahweh interrupts Ra. Say what? Ra asks, not sure what he just heard. We should use a scapegoat, Yahweh explains. It is a time-honored method for removing the sins of the past. All we have to do is put our losses onto a goat. How is that supposed to help? Ra is truly perplexed. You didn't let me finish, Yahweh complains, then continues. You put the losses on the goat, then you kill the goat. Push it off a cliff, Problem solved. Yahweh leans back in his
smart, man.
Yahweh leans back in his chair, satisfied. Again.
I should try that at home.
Yeah, right?
I get yelled at. I can just fucking
Put it on a goat. Yeah,
and then just throw it into the wash.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, man.
Again.
Problem solved.
How is that supposed to help? Ra is frustrated now, but is trying not to show it. It was all laid out in the Torah, Yahweh dismisses. The Hebrews used to do it as a way to cleanse their sins. I'm sure it would work for football, too. We're 0-2, Yahweh, Ra says, as though he's counseling a child. Killing a goat is not going to change our record. Now, if you don't mind, I have actual plans to get us to a win against Toledo. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, Yahweh counters, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. What is wrong with this guy? Ra thinks. He's just quoting himself, like it makes him sound wise or something. But I need him if I'm going to win. Praise and move on. Praise and move on, Ra says to himself like a mantra. Hey, that rhymes, Ra says aloud. I like it. Hopefully this will get that idiot to shut up so we can get back to business. Krishna smirks at Ra and says, like most of his platitudes, it doesn't really mean anything. Turning to Yahweh, tell us, what is the purpose of the Lord? What do you think we should do against Toledo? Yahweh stammers a response. Well, the Lord helps those who help themselves. If I am for us, who can be against us? Thanks to me, who gives us our victory through my Son, Jesus Christ. Ra senses he is losing control of the meeting already. Krishna and Yahweh will go at each other all day if he doesn't step in. Guys, tone it down. I have an actual game plan this week. I want you guys to... Krishna cuts him off. No, let them finish. This victory through your son, that's the son you killed, right? And Ra has officially lost control of the meeting. Again. Yahweh fires back, how dare you? I did not kill my only begotten son. Sure, I arranged the scenario, but it was his people. Yahweh points an accusatory finger at Zeus. They killed Jesus. Whoa, Zeus protests. I'm Greek. Fuck. Sorry about that. My tablet just scrolled. All right.
Some people think we should edit that out, but fuck those
that.
people.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah.
This makes
our audience ain't no
keeping it
bitches.
real.
That's right. 100%.
Yeah. What are we going to pretend like we're professional?
Exactly.
Fuck that. Yeah.
No, we're not. Never have been.
Whoa, Zeus protests. I'm Greek. Yahweh, you're thinking of the Romans. Don't worry, it's a common mistake, he adds, trying to help Ra regain peace. Happens all the time. Yahweh contemplates. No, actually, I was thinking of the Jews. They killed Jesus. Aren't you Jewish? He asks Zeus. Krishna chimes in again. Damn it, Yahweh. He said he was Greek. The Jewish people are your people. Yahweh, confused. You mean the Hebrews? Yes, Krishna shouts, annoyed. Hebrews and Jews are the same people. Do you seriously not even know your own followers? Honestly, these days, the evangelicals kind of drown everyone else out. But now that you mention it, I guess it was my own people who killed Jesus. Okay, that one's on me, Yahweh laughs. Ra sees his opening to wrest back control of the meeting. Great, now that the important theological issues are settled, let's get down to this week's game plan. Sorry, Ra, Zeus says. The women's basketball team will be using this room in just under 4 minutes. You guys should probably clear out. Since when do you pay attention to the schedule around here, Ra asks. Dude, have you seen the women's basketball team? They're like modern-day Amazons. Now shoot. On his way out of the office, Ra notices something that surprises him. There's a scrap of paper hanging partway out of his offerings pyramid. Could this be his first offering? It's about time, he thinks to himself, as he excitedly tilts back the top of the pyramid. Inside is a folded piece of notebook paper. Ra unfolds it to see what supplications an earnest follower has offered to him. On the paper is a crudely drawn man wearing a toga with a huge dong hanging down past his feet. Thanks, Zeus, Ra yells back into the meeting room annoyed. That's just what I needed. 4 days later, the Gold Diggers have won their first game, a 31-28 squeaker over the Toledo Rockets. The Gold Diggers record stands at 1-2. For the first time, the God Squad has felt the glory of success on the field. Total attendance at Beehive Stadium was 6,722. The players have gone home, and the gods have stayed behind in the locker room to party long into the night. Raw shouts over the reverie to his fellow coaches. I told you guys we could do it. No mortal coach stands a chance against our mighty power. They all cheer. I have to admit, that was pretty fun, Zeus says to Ra. And did you see Stacy in the stands? She blew a kiss when we scored that last touchdown. Zeus visibly blushes. She really likes me. I think I should ask her out. Do you think I should ask her out? I'm so nervous. He turns to Nera. You're good at this stuff. Would you talk to her for me? Of course, Zeus. This is the purpose of my existence. Yahweh jabs at Zeus. You have to be kidding me. Are you afraid to talk to a human woman? No, I'm not afraid. It's just been a long time, Zeus explains. I don't know what to say. What are girls into these days? Yahweh puts his hand on Zeus's shoulder, like a big brother talking to a little brother. Who cares what girls are into? I laid it out real early that women are to be subservient to men. The counsel of the Lord, that's me, stands forever. My word is fixed in the heavens. Quetzalcoatl slithers his way into the conversation. Yeah, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're not in heaven anymore. I hate to break it to you, Yahweh. The world has changed. Nonsense, says Yahweh. A god takes what he wants. Men actually sacrifice their women to please me. Don't you know the story of Jephthah? And look at Mary. Do you think I asked her if she wanted my seed? No. I put it in her. And that cuck Joseph just let it happen. Zeus cringes. Wasn't she like 15? That whole story is pretty messed up, Yahweh, even by my standards. Ra finds himself again taking on the role of the adult in the room. Don't worry about what Yahweh says, Zeus. I think it's sweet. Stacy seems cool, and she's majoring in agriculture. She's going to be a farmer or rancher or something. Zeus's face lights up. If she's into animals, maybe that can be my way in. Once I turned into a swan so I could have sex with Lita. 9 months later, she actually laid a brood of eggs. 2 of those eggs went on to become Castor and Pollux. I haven't thought about those 2 in ages, Zeus says wistfully. I should call them. Maybe they can come to our next home game. I'll tell you this, Zeus. If we keep winning, you won't have to worry about putting the moves on Stacy. Women love a winner. You'll have the whole soccer team chasing you down. Well, then it's settled, Zeus says with conviction. We'll just have to keep chalking up wins. Go Gold Diggers. Go Gold Diggers, the gods shout in reply. Thus ends chapter 13.
I think that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Let's dude, goddamn, that was funny. I couldn't stop myself from laughing
Yeah,
through part of it. Yeah.
It's fun reading it again.
That story, it's got all the little elements, but the humor in it is not, it's not like subtle, but it's just kind of there. And, if you just allow yourself to just read it as it is, dude, it's funny, man. Like, you think about the situation and the premise and all that, and dude, everything about it works. Dude, I love that story. It's amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I'm like right. AI now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I bet your dick tastes good.
Good times.
So do we have a final sponsor?
Yeah, we got a closing sponsor.
Yeah, well, let's
it's
get
the
to
He Held On Foundation.
I love them.
Just so you know, they are still doing the good work out there, helping people achieve their bucket list dreams. So
our sponsorship list, though, it's grown.
It has.
And so, not everybody can sponsor every episode.
Right.
It ain't the old days anymore.
Yeah, right. Where we only had like 3 sponsors and they just kept cycling through. But yeah, now we've got like 15 different sponsors.
Dude,
good stuff. And listeners, we're always looking for more sponsors.
Yeah.
So if you have a sponsor you might be able to get us in touch with, reachballsdeep@gmail.com.
Daniel Snyder in our audience has been amazing.
Is he the one who hooked us up with Busted Nut?
Yes.
The face and body lotion? Yep. Don't get it in your hair.
Yeah. I mean, dude, people got connections. They know a guy.
Yeah. And was he also Rock Hard Caulk?
No. That was Eric Vinny Dixon. Yeah, he owns the company.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, last week, the He Held On Foundation helped 88-year-old Vincent Sombretti of Yonkers, New York, fulfill his bucket list dream of competing in the Iditarod sled race in Alaska.
Good Lord.
Ever since he was a little boy, Vincent dreamed of being pulled through the Alaska wilderness by a team of dogs. Thanks to your generous financial support, the He Held On Foundation was able to arrange an all-star group of Huskies and Malamutes to take Vincent on the trip of a lifetime. Nobody knows exactly when Vincent went to the great beyond during the race, But when the dogs pulled him across the finish line, the smile on his frozen solid face told his family that he died doing what he loved, looking at the buttholes of 14 dogs.
We should all be so lucky.
Indeed, we should.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us again on another trip through the Scafacciverse. You know,
Yeah, buddy.
It's been an honor. It's been an honor to record with you.
And a privilege.
Yes, and a privilege.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it. So, for Anthony Scafacci,
I'm Alan Gigax.
this is a Balls Deep production of the Scafacciverse podcast. We are out.